Hello, fellow Rebel Capitals. Hope you're well. So, we've got news out of the ECB, European Central Bank, saying, wait a minute here. We watched the George Gammon Rebel Capitalist channel yesterday, and we are starting to see the light. These oil price caps might not be a good idea over the long run. So, first and foremost, Christine Lagarde, thank you very much for watching the Rebel Capitalist channel. And you should try watching some of my whiteboard videos as well. But let's get into this article from CNBC. Title: European Central Bank warns that an EU price cap risks financial stability. Like I said, exactly what we were talking about yesterday on this very channel. Now, for those of you who are new, I'm joking. I highly doubt the ECB and Christine Lagarde are watching the Rebel Capitalist channel. Just wanted to make sure everyone's on the same page. Okay, let's go through the key talking points. The EU has been in intense discussions for several weeks over how to impose a limit on gas prices, and discussions continued ahead of ministerial meeting Tuesday. Ministerial, okay. Again, just goes right back to our video yesterday. The cure for high prices is not price controls. That's how you make things worse, for heaven's sakes. The cure for high prices is high prices. Why? Because it increases supply, for heaven's sakes, and decreases demand. And that's how you bring down the price of something. You don't do it by trying to limit the price with this tops down type of central planning that never, ever, ever, ever has worked throughout human history. And it only makes things worse over the long run. Next talking point. The ECB has, in the meantime, warned that the measure could have repercussions for financial markets. You don't say. The comments are in line with concerns raised by countries such as Germany and the Netherlands, which have asked for stronger guarantees that the cap is not going to disturb markets. What type of, think about the insanity we're dealing with here, guys. So basically, you've got these bureaucrats that don't know anything in Germany and in the Netherlands and pretty much throughout the EU. And these bureaucrats that don't know anything are saying, well, we're only going to go along with your ruse if you can guarantee the cap isn't going to disturb markets. This is absolutely bananas. This is, oh, geez. This is like Jerome Powell asking a third grader or telling a third grader that he needs a guarantee that quantitative easing is not going to create price inflation. And as long as I get that guarantee from a third grader, then we're good to go. Go ahead and fire up the printing press. I mean, come on. You're getting a guarantee from someone who is utterly clueless. Not only someone who is utterly clueless, but you're trying to get a guarantee from someone who has most likely a completely ulterior motive. The ECB is worried about potential risks to financial markets from an EU-wide cap on natural gas prices. Okay, so just to be clear here, I was a little wrong. I thought they were talking about the oil price cap. They're talking about nat gas. Okay, got it. So correction there. I made a mistake. They are talking about nat gas. They are not talking about oil, which is what we discussed yesterday, but the same exact principles would apply. So and this brings up the question, okay, well, if they're this cognizant that the fix on nat gas prices can cause market disruption, why aren't they concerned about the oil price cap? And you say, well, George, because the EU isn't even doing a price cap, they're just doing a complete ban. Okay, isn't that even worse? So it's interesting that the EU is chiming in on this and they're not chiming in on something that could be potentially far more detrimental for the overall European economy. The bloc has been in intense discussions. Now, an intense discussion would be Jeff Snyder talking about this with Lynn Alden. That would be an intense discussion. This is just, again, a couple of fifth graders, third graders going back and forth about, whether they should have bologna or cheese on their sandwich today at lunch. I mean, come on. To think that there's any type of intellectual discussion going on here with these bureaucrats is just utter nonsense. The measure designed to prevent, what would be funny too is to get like a wiretap of one of these discussions to where from the outside looking in, you would think they've got these charts and like one of my whiteboard videos, like they're doing this presentation and they're saying, okay, well, we got to look at the cost benefit analysis here. And, and I'll bet you that if you had like a wiretap in reality, it would just be like, okay, guys, boy, we got to talk about this, or we're supposed to look like we're talking about this for the next half hour. So go ahead and shut the door so make sure the media doesn't hear what we're saying. All right, door shut. Okay, great. Jim. So anyway, how was that stripper you went out with Saturday night? Oh, yeah, great. Good. Oh, fantastic. So now, Steve, are you able to play golf this weekend? Yeah, we are. But I broke my driver and I'm gonna have to go down to the store and buy a new one. Oh, really? Well, if you buy a new one, you should try to get fitted. I heard that these new shafts from TaylorMade are fantastic. Yeah. But anyway, did your wife find out about that stripper? No. I got on the down low. This new app that I put on my phone makes it so my wife can't see my text messages. I mean, that's most likely the conversation, the intense discussion that they're having behind the scenes. Oh, geez. You just can't make this up. European Commission, the executive arm of the EU, suggested in November that the cap should be at 275 euros. The cap. And again, why is this cap so ridiculous? Because it's just like going down to your local gas station and where gas is $4 a gallon and just marching in there and emphatically stating to the guy behind the cashier that's just, taking a hit off his vape pen that you're not willing to pay any more than $3 a gallon. What's he going to tell you? He's just going to say, he's going to be like Beavis and Butthead, first of all. He says, okay, dude, sorry. Yeah, it's like, I guess I can't sell you any gas or something. That's what you're going to get. You're not going to get the gas for $3. I mean, it's and because the gas station's going to sell it to someone else. Nonsense. This is all just political theater. It's all this is. There's no discussions. There's no in-depth analysis. There's no cost benefit analysis. It's just what they're doing to pander. What they're doing is they say, okay, so send out a poll and let's see what the poll says is the most popular opinion. And then that will be my opinion. They don't need to discuss it. They just need to know what they should say to increase the odds of them being reelected. And that's what they're going to say. There's no intellectual rigor that's going on here. Some are hoping that the discussion on the price cap can be reached at the meeting of the EU energy ministers in Brussels. We hope this will close at the ministers' level next week. But there are still discussions on the sidelines. We will see an official working for the prime minister of the EU country who did not want to be named due to sensitivity of the talks, told CNBC. Why don't you want to be named? What? Indeed, some energy ministers have described the initial proposal to cap prices at 275 euros per megawatt hour as a joke. Okay, well, good. So now we've got, maybe there are some guys there and gals that aren't talking about their golf game or the stripper they're dating behind their wife's back. Maybe there's actual some people there that care about the poor and middle class that want to make the right decision. Many nations such as Poland, Greece, Spain, Portugal are keen to implement the price cap. These countries are less able to mitigate the impact of the energy crisis on the consumer and have been pushing for EU-wide solution. Yeah, so here you go. This is going back to them just sending out a poll and just kind of testing which way the wind is blowing. And that's what opinion they're going to have on this topic. So then they can go back to their golf game and the topless pictures of the stripper on their cell phone that they're hiding from their wife. Yeah, all the rest of this is complete nonsense. So there you have it, guys. The ECB spying in on our live streams. Christine, hope you're doing well. Enjoy that lunch, and hopefully you will convince the other bureaucrats around you to do the right thing. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your afternoon. As always, make sure that you're standing up for freedom, liberty, free market capitalism. We'll see you in the next video.